WLNS is here for you with 6 News this morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. Thank you for waking up with us. It's Saturday, March 26th. I'm Michael Thomas, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. Last night, the Charlotte City Council announced it'll be having a special meeting on Monday, and the main topic is to discuss the resignation of the city's volunteer firefighters. Now, this week, all 23 of those volunteers resigned at a city council meeting, and you can see them there dropping their gear on the floor as they left. Now, since then, volunteers have told 6 News there have been some productive conversations with the city manager addressing the grievances regarding the city's oversight and morale. As the story continues to develop over the weekend and on Monday, we'll keep you updated. And later today, after a season of ups and downs, high school basketball teams from across the state and all 4 divisions will be holding their final tournament at the Breslin Center. Now, to make it to the finals, which started earlier this week, teams have had to win both their district and regional games. The first games starting at 10 this morning with 4 divisions, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 throughout the day. Tickets start at $12 for 2 games and can be bought online or at the door. Shifting gears overseas in Ukraine, millions of kids and teens are being forced out of their homes, and CBS News correspondent Iman Tez is here for you now with the latest.
No child should ever have to endure such a harrowing escape to safety. And yet, just 1 month into Russia's invasion, over half of all children across Ukraine, 4.3 million of them, have had to flee their homes. At train stations around the country, the most agonizing goodbyes, as so many families are torn apart by Vladimir Putin's war. Outside the station in Lviv is where millions of Ukrainians begin their journey abroad as refugees. And yet, kids are still kids, despite the trauma. James Elder is from UNICEF.
It scars kids, and the longer this goes on, the more likely you get long-term issues, which we know. Long-term issues are mental health issues, they're development issues.
Many internally displaced families have found shelter in schools. At one in Lviv, we meet 13-year-old Anastasia, who traveled over 700 miles to get here with her dad and little brother. I come from Melitopol, where there were a lot of Russian soldiers, she says. We traveled by train for 2.5 days to get here. Anastasia says the hardest thing about leaving home was saying goodbye to her grandmother.
Things are really tough right now, but you're still smiling.
Because of my dad, she says. A strength being asked of too many of Ukraine's most vulnerable. Imtiaz Tayeb, CBS News, Lviv.
And back here in East Lansing, the Abrams Planetarium will be hosting public shows all weekend. Tonight, the Planetarium will be showing a presentation about the hunt for a possible 9th planet. This will take place at both 4 and 8 o'clock. Now, tomorrow, there will be a children's show featuring songs and immersive videos. Audience members are encouraged to participate. And after each show, there will be a presentation regarding the current night sky. And if you're looking for other things to do in the Mid-Michigan area with your family, don't forget about the Easter Bunny, because he is back at the Meridian Mall. This event will run every day until the holiday, but the mall will be closed on Easter Sunday. Now, today the bunny will be picture ready for you from noon to 6 o'clock, welcoming everyone. And those with pets, well, you can visit on Monday the 28th. Photos start at $35 with limited availability, which is why officials say reservations are encouraged. And also at the mall, shoppers can stop and see the Spring Fling Craft and Vendor Show, which showcases local artisans and creators. Now, the event will be today from 10 o'clock to 7 and will take place at JCPenney. There will be a large array of handcrafted items, which include art, jewelry, dog treats, and much more. Organizers say there's something for everyone, and this is really just a good way to help support local artists. And before things hand off over to our weather department, we want to take a look and get you updated with a weather story that really took social media by storm this past week. Now, this viral video shows a red Chevy Silverado being flipped over by a tornado near Rio Rancho, Texas. Now, after, you can see the driver, who happens to be a teen, manages to speed off and flee the storm. Now, the company with Chevy saw the video and decided to give the 16-year-old a brand new cherry red Chevy Silverado to replace his damaged one. Now, in a Facebook post, Chevy commented on the teen's driving skills and his courage, and also sends their best well wishes to everyone affected by the tornadoes.
From Storm Tracker 6,